Hi, it's Jordan. In this short webinar, we're going to talk a little bit about the NEC phone system life cycle and important dates here in December 2024, including end of sale and whatnot, coming up next week. NEC platform life cycle, we're going to talk about how to extend the support of your system, some migration options, as well as software assurance overview. So really the time to act here in Canada and United States is now. If you want to support your existing NEC phone system, this is the time to talk to your NEC dealer partner for phone system support. Okay, on to the next slide here. All right, important dates. So really, we have the end of new NEC phone system sales is December 31st, 2024. End of spare parts and telephone set sales is December 31st, 2024. And then we have the SV9100 CP20 upgraded processor, the CPU that upgrades your phone system. That is going to increase in price on the 1st of January in 2025 by 15%. That CPU upgrade will be purchasable for the next year until December 31st, 2025. So really the call to action is to purchase spare parts now that you might need for your phone system or any expansion. If you're going to add some staff over the next year or whatnot, you want to buy the hardware now. So let's look a bit further into that. Okay, so the NEC SL2100 is the baby brother phone system that's out there today. End of software maintenance will be in a few years at the end of calendar year 2026. NTAC support with respect to programming and so on will be ending at calendar year 2030, March 31st. Now, as things are always subject to change, I'm only sharing what I know at this moment, and things are subject to change in the future. Add-on licenses, the SL2100, you can buy add-on license keys, extra mailboxes, and so on, or extra features, all the way up until calendar year 2030. Next, we have the SV9100 phone system, and this is broken down by the type of CPU you have in your phone system. And this is where the older NEC CP10 is end of maintenance, support, and additional licensing, all ending at the end of calendar year 2025. So if you have one of these older NEC CP10 CPUs, I highly recommend that you upgrade to a CP20 CPU so you can extend your life of your phone system. This is really how you can keep using the desk phones and be supported at the same time. So as you can see, the CP20 will have maintenance all the way up until the year 2030, as well as NEC NTAC with support, which is the Technical Support Center, as well software assurance will be available to cover things like bug fixes and security patches, as well as enable tech support and even license keys and add-ons should your organization be growing, be available for all the way up until 2030. And so that is just enabled by upgrading to a CP20 CPU if you don't already have one. Next, we'll talk briefly about the CP10 CPU, which was released in 2014, over 10 years ago. Its end of maintenance, as I just said, is December 31st, 2025. Um, Between now and then, there'll be things like minor software releases, security patches, software fixes, and those are available to customers who currently have software assurance. If you don't have software assurance today, I recommend renewing so that you can get those software updates and keep your system secure and whatnot. Additionally, licenses will stop being sold on December 31st, 2025. But rest assured, all the investment that you've put into this, license keys and so on, programming and whatnot, can really be migrated over to the CP20 CPU as long as you have software assurance in place. As mentioned earlier, the CP20 CPU um, really is something that can be put into your phone system box and upgrade the support. And it's available for sale for one more year, as outlined here. So the CP20 was released in 2019, and the end of brand new system sales is coming up next week on December 31st, 2024. But for existing customers who have an older NEC SV9100 or even an 8100 who want to purchase and upgrade CPU and license keys, that can be done all the way up till the end of 2025. Albeit, though, if you purchase within the next week, you'll save 15%. And so here are the dates with respect to adding on license keys and getting support from NEC all the way up to March 31st, 2030. So really, the time is now to upgrade the older CPU to the new CP20 SV9100 processor and take advantage of even migrating to the cloud. If you want to use the cloud soft phone app, chat, message meetings, and so on, it can be easily enabled with the CP20. Even customers who may still have an SV8100 could potentially migrate and load up license keys to support their system. So, really, the time is now to do that upgrade. If you're not sure what you have, there's a few different ways to figure out your hardware key and then communicate that with your NEC phone system partner, or even bring it to us here in Canada, all 7IT. Here's a way to actually connect in on your phone and determine how to do that, the key and whatnot. So press menu on the SL2100, 1100, dial 93 and press select. Or if you're in the SV8100, 9100, press the feature key and dial 3. You'll figure out what software version you have, as well as the hardware key code. The latest software version for the CP10 is version 12 dot subversion, and then as well with this SV9100, we're on version 14 today. So in essence, I highly recommend that you talk to your NEC partner about getting a quote to upgrade so you can continue to use your desk phones and take advantage of the new features through an upgrade. Now, if you're not ready to upgrade, you have one more week to buy some spare parts, and I'm one to recommend things like a spare power supply in case there's a power issue in your area, as well as highly recommend an extra telephone set or two and some spare line cards, because these are parts that can help you expand the system. Even if you find used parts later on, it's always good to have a new part with warranty ready to go so you don't have to scramble scouring the intranet for something that may or may not be working and take weeks to arrive. Thank you for joining me on this brief webinar about the NEC phone system important dates. Time to upgrade is now.